we are back. We are on game number three. Game number 3. We are going to see this is already Pinky 3 games in a row. I wasn't supposed to be here, but I am. So, no, I'm just kidding. The next game we have is going to be Detroit Men's Roller Derby. Detroit Riot taking on Wisconsin United Roller Derby in this third contest. I'm going to tell you who we have skating for Detroit. We've got number 01, Passing Wind. Number 08, Chaotic. Number 03, Flutter Bat. Number 033, Mexican Takeout. Number 111, Violent Tendencies. Number 125, Murder. Number 14, Head Hunter. Number 27, Slamwise Gamgee. Number 33, Javelin. Number 37, The Captain, Eat, Chip, and Die. Number 4, Booty Vicious. And number 9407, Anarchist. Honey Bear, who's skating for Wisconsin United Roller Derby?
Wisconsin United Roller Derby is 007 is Rabbits, 0364 is Serenity, 1967 is Chevy Impala, 21 is Holodecked, number 219 is Apple, 22 is Tommy Knockers. 2321 is an alternative, but it is Divine Judgments and Mercy. 238 is Radio Schmacktive. 2758 is Betty Brutal. 33, Dr. Robotnik. 349 is Emma Mortal. 3715 is All Beef Surprise. 4381 is Wild Card. 777 is Black Magic. For the captains, number 9 is Mama. And 904, Boney Hawk. 97 is also alternative, is Astronauty.
Awesome. All right. And this is Wisconsin United's first game. This is actually their first game back from their hiatus during COVID. This is what's going to help them get back active and in the rankings. Your lead jammer, though, right off the bat, that is going to Slamwise Gamgee.
Slamwise rocking the star right now, and then Mama wearing it for Wisconsin. And it looks like Mama breaking through the pack finally. Slamwise also trying to get through the pack.
Slamwise picking up those points, calling it off, holding Wisconsin and Mama to 0. 8, though, on the board for Detroit. All right, we got kind of like a mid-track start here,
yeah,
which I generally don't see. That Black Magic wearing the star for Wisconsin, and Headhunter coming off a great showing playing earlier today, playing the first game. Your lead jammer goes to Headhunter.
Headhunter making it around the track here, and Black Magic trying to break through the pack. Black Magic having one heck of a time breaking through Detroit.
Ooh, and Flutterbat just puts that hip on Black Magic, forces Black Magic to the infield, has to reset and come in behind Flutterbat. Like, that's insult to injury.
Yeah.
You take me out at the front of the pack, and I got to come back at the back of the pack behind you.
That's right.
Headhunter sailing around here on this scoring run, while Black Magic still not still on the initial pass. So,
yeah. And we have a star swap, I believe. All Beef Surprise is now taking the star for Wisconsin.
I enjoy that name a lot. Yeah, and just as that star pass was completed, the call-off came from Headhunter, picking up 16 points there, 24 now for Detroit. Gerard making some adjustments here for us.
Always.
Thank you, Gerard.
The best.
Our technical engineer. All right, we've got Mexican Takeout And Astronauti.
Oh, Mexican takeout right off the draw there. Gaining some speed, taking off while Astronauti fights their way through Detroit. Mexican takeout finds that open on the inside there and is now rounding about the track, grabbing some points along the way.
Well, Astronauti just throws a shoulder into eat, chip, and die to be able to break that pack.
Ooh. And calls it, Mexican takeout calls it as they are pushed out of bounds. Says, you know what? Let's get rid of this.
Yep. Looks like 2 points for Mexican takeout. So taking Detroit 6 on that pass, a 30 total. No score yet for Wisconsin.
It's 26 minutes left in the period as we head into the 4th jam.
Mama taking the star again up against Anarchist. We did learn that Anarchist is a aged out junior. Look at that speed in the stride from Anarchist, just racing to get back to the pack. Now is your lead jammer, so might be smart to get those points. And no, just gonna run it.
Yeah.
Benches. Oh, big hit from Detroit. But this is a scoring pass for Wisconsin. Oh, goodness gracious.
Calling it real quick there.
Yep. Mama, though, able to pick up 4. So 8-4 in favor of Detroit. But, you know, that gets Wisconsin on the boards.
Detroit.
They're back, baby.
They are back. They are on the boards. They're ready to play. Detroit bringing up to 38 points with Wisconsin at 4 points currently. Jam 5 starting now. 25 minutes left in the game here.
Bony Hawk.
Bony Hawk.
I love it. Bony Hawk. Headhunter, though, lead jammer. Headhunter actually getting a 100% lead here so far. Goes for an apex jump, but gets taken out of midair. Just, you know, grabbed like my cat with a fly, both paws thrown to the ground. Has to recycle to the back. But Flutterbat suffers a penalty. Oh no, also we're getting a forearm call on Headhunter. So Headhunter will lose that lead jammer status, and we will go to the end of the jam clock. Bony Hawk completes the initial pass.
Bony Hawk looking to the pack there, seeing if there's a way to get open.
Well, Bony Hawk getting some offensive love from that pivot. That looks like that was all beef surprise.
Yeah.
All beef surprise again, going in there. Offense chipping away, trying to preemptively create those holes. Apple also looking to help, but then rejoins defensively. Gets that last little chip, takes Headhunter off of their skates, while Bony Hawk being drawn back by our good friend Mexican Takeout.
And Headhunter trying to break through the pack. Ooh. Headhunter dives deep into the pack there, takes a little tumble, gets right back up, and starts trying to chip away at the pack.
I believe that Bony Hawk just being called out on blocking with the head.
Oh.
So gets called on a penalty.
That's a first.
Yep. Well, you know, it's looking at Bony Hawk is, you know, a tall skater coming down, trying to get that position, that momentum forward while you're driving. You're kind of driving forward with that head, and unintentionally, like, but it's still impactful in the game. You know, that's something, you know, as experience comes, you know, Bony Hawk will learn how to lead into a pack.
Yeah. And looks like Slamwise Gamgee is wearing the star for Detroit. Bony Hawk is in the penalty box, is also wearing the star. Giving some time for Slamwise to gather up and get some points here.
Pack pretty much at a standstill, just starting to move. Detroit giving that passive offense and pushing all of Wisconsin to the outside to allow Slamwise to take the free and clear path on the inside. Double scoring pass for Slamwise while Boney Hawk is released from the penalty box.
Slamwise just casually skating back into it, looking around. Oh, big push there on number 238, Radio Smacktive.
Oh no,
they're fighting
blocking, fighting for those spots to tape those tracks. Again, our entertainment. Who needs a paid entertainers? Well, I did hear from that Jax is getting paid the big bucks to be the entertainer for today. So
really?
Yeah. I need to know how I can get in on that gig.
I was just about to say.
Here, I'm doing this for free. So that was 16 points for Slamwise, taking the Detroit to 62.
And Anarchist wearing the star for Detroit in this game.
Oh no, he's being called on a cut track, and he was throwing a little bit of sass back there at Zero, so Zero giving him a second penalty. This is going to be a full minute. Oh, Anarchist also totally sassing his coach too. Yeah, you don't do that in roller derby, kids. You take your penalty. If you don't agree with it, you talk about it later.
Yeah.
But Black Magic also being sent to the penalty box. So as soon as he sits now, this is actually something I'm going to need clarification on because I'm not sure how that works when it's a double penalty. It looks like it does release him, though. Yeah. I'm going to have to ask that. Remind me to ask that to Zero when he comes back on the second half, how that works.
That's right.
So Black Magic also released from the penalty box. Both jammers back on the track. We have no lead. This is going to go to the expiration of the clock.
And both jammers trying to get through the pack. The whole scream there. Ooh. Body's hitting the floor.
Black Magic stuck in the pack. Goes ahead and takes the star off. Hasn't quite committed yet to what action they want to take, if they're just going to use it as the star stash or it's a pass. Oh no, but his 777 Black Magic being called on a cut track.
Yeah.
And is going to that cut track as a penalty, as the jammer. So, okay, so it looks like Coach AK40 coming out to chat with the referees, not taking an actual official review, but is going to express some words to the refs. So yeah, he's very animated in the information that he is directing towards our referees. So,
and it is a team timeout.
Yep.
This is officially a team timeout now. All right. All right.
What you got for me? Tell me something good.
We are thrilled to have Punk Rock Saves Lives as of our Saturday charity sponsor. Punk Rock Saves Lives, PRSL, isn't just a name. It's what we do. We are a 501 C3 nonprofit built from the DIY spirit of music we love. We show up here where the noise is loudest, concerts, festivals, tours, roller derby events, and turn that energy into action. You can donate to this amazing organization by scanning the QR code on your screen or visiting punkrocksaveslives.org, and that's capital P, capital R, capital S, capital L.
Yes, and go on their site, donate. If you are here in the venue, basically if you donate, you get to pick out some trinkets. They have some pretty cool shirts over there. They've got really cool stickers. Please help fund this. They do amazing work. If they are in the area, they're going to go to a show, they're going to help provide life-saving stuff for you.
Yeah.
If you live in a state where you cannot camp, let's say, you can drive to a state that they're in that allows camping, and they will provide you assistance with camping, the protection that you need when you go camping. So yeah, they're an amazing organization. I got familiar with them at Dawn of the Derby, and I'm glad that they're here today as our charity sponsor. So pretty
stoked about it. We got a lot of cool vendors here today, so it's awesome. If anybody is not here with us right now, definitely try to come by sometime.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've got. We've already seen Coco and Next Level Skate Shop at work. Coco had to help out MC Ninja with their skates. I think that Boulder may have had some issues with skates. So Coco can help you get your skates. Shall we say that's your pit crew there? Going over, getting your wheels fixed, your trucks fixed. And if you need new gear, Coco's here for you.
That's right.
We've got our friends from Burning River with a booth. We've got Roller Derby Athletics with the booth here. So if you want to go check that out and you are interested in Roller Derby Athletics, actually new skater intake is happening right now, or new member intake. We got Needlecraft, who has also provided just about all of the Cleveland Guardians merch, so then you can visit the Cleveland Guardians merch booth and take up some souvenirs. So you can spend some of your coins. Khajiit has wares if you have coin.
That's right. Heck
Listen, let me just give you all. You can peg my nerdiness from a mile away.
Absolutely. Hence why we bounce so well together.
Exactly. And you're one of the few people, I think, between you and Truck Norris, that you get every single one of my references.
Oh yeah.
We got the goods. We got the goods. So again, we've got a lot of milestones happening.
A lot of milestones
in this tournament. We just celebrated Reaver's 400th game on skates. So that's also 400 just on skates. And Reaver also, I'm going to gather NSOs, so that's a lot more. This game, we've got a double celebration. It's Nick Tater's 300th game, and it's Nick Tater's birthday. So lots of cool things happening. So happy birthday and happy 300 to Nick Tater.
Yes.
Hi. Okay, so we're going to have a special celebration for Nick Tater. So I am not a ref, but I have ref friends, and they actually have in their milestones, you get something cool related to your milestone. So one of them is a cape. Cape is really cool. There is what we just did what they just did for Reaver. Zero got his when we were in the UK for 400. You get a large baked good. So Zero got the lovely UK treat at Cherry Bakewell Tarts. Reaver got tiramisu. So I know that, forget who it was. Somebody at Dawn got their 400th, and we provided a dozen mini cannolis.
Oh wow. I was gonna say, is this like wedding anniversaries where it's like you get certain stuff?
Exactly. I will say, and this is the secret to all of you on the stream, there were only 11 in that box. Because I went and I purchased them from Grandview Bakery on Mount Washington in Pittsburgh, and I bought a dozen. And then I bought 3 large cannolis for home for me and for my partner Rob. And I told him, hey, there's cannolis in the fridge. He had one of the small cannolis. So I apologized to him, the ref, that there were only 11, I owe you one small cannoli the next time I see you. And then when he said it, I was like, hello. There were large chocolate chip cannolis. So, yeah. Uh-oh, I see bullying occurring on the side of the track. Dragon Body versus Stendon.
we were talking about this earlier. The beef is real.
We were. And look at Malik getting in there, protecting.
Yeah. Even the medics are starting to jump up to
I
take
know.
care of
Look
that.
at that. Go get them. Those bullies. Save Stendon.
Break up that fight.
Oh, Joy Boy to the rescue. Yay. It's like a cat when you put them in air jail.
Oh,
Joy
yeah.
Boy just put Dragon Body in air jail.
Yeah.
So this is a very long official timeout. There's lots of discussion happening. I'm not sure exactly. Hopefully we can get the inside scoop. I mean, it looks like AK is still voicing his opinions to our referees. I believe that the head referee, number 27, is Carmen Dragon. So Carmen is out there listening.
Yes. Going over things.
Yes. So, but we appreciate you being here on the stream with us. As we always say, you know, we really could not do this without our official volunteers. We always want to thank everyone who helps us keep the wheels rolling in this sport, the officials, the announcers, photographers, medics, volunteers, sponsors, vendors, and literally our fans. Our fans here in the venue today and our fans watching on the YouTube stream. We very much appreciate you. You know, this could not happen without all of your support. We've had such an amazing season here with the Cleveland Guardians. So thank you for sticking it with us. We just can't say enough good things about, you know.
No, we absolutely
everybody.
Love the fans.
Yeah.
We love everybody involved with roller derby, but the fans make everything really possible. Otherwise,
really
it would just be an empty building with us just running around and talking about nothing.
Talking to ourselves. What did I do with my pen? I put it in my pocket. I got a pen in my pocket. We got to write a punk rock song about that.
Yeah.
I got a pen in my pocket.
They are.
Wow, AK is still, you know, talking to Carmen Dragon. Yeah, I'm going to speculate this had something to do with the penalty that occurred with Anarchist. You know, we saw Zero call Anarchist on a cut track. Anarchist had things to say back, and that resulted into a double penalty. And I think we might actually have an I don't want to say, but there, you know,
that was like
he's skating that way, so this might possibly be a skater expulsion.
Oh wow.
I think that's what might be occurring. So, wow. Now, a skater expulsion is generally for just a game.
Yeah.
It can be elevated and escalated to then have them removed from the tournament altogether.
Sure.
If you know, it depends on what the, you know, what the teams would want to do, what the referees would want to do, if they want to elevate that, escalate that, take it through the varying channels. You know, it usually, I don't want to say usually, but in my experience, when I've seen that, it's been because it was some sort of like dangerous, egregious type of expulsion.
Yeah.
You know, being young, being having words to say that might not be appropriate to
being passionate.
Yes,
absolutely.
being, you know, that I don't think is going to, you know, end your time in a tournament.
No.
But yeah.
No, especially with a younger player. You know, we just we all get a little fired up about things here and there.
Yep. And you know, it comes with experience, with time. When something happens, we automatically, and I do this as an adult, I am right.
Yeah.
I am right and you are wrong.
Yeah.
I did not do this. And, sometimes you got to humble yourself and say, yeah, I did do this.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But then again, this is, as I said, we appreciate our officials. They have probably the hardest job here because their job is enforcing the rules, and everybody has an opinion about the rules. What is that metric? Are the referees all in line with their metrics, and are they calling things by the book? So they also, they're kind of a target.
Yeah.
and while we sit there and we can be armchair referees, we don't have the same eyes on the track. So the referee is seeing it at a millimeter different view than us, and see that thing happen, that we're immediately like, no, that's not what it is. Yeah, but we weren't on that track. We weren't in that split second. Yeah. Something happened. That's why the referee called it.
And the referees are looking at it in a more objective way. They are basically judging every play, having to gauge like how something was going, how people's bodies were moving, and it's really fast-paced. And yeah, the majority of the referees have certain places they're looking at and watching. They are definitely making sure, like, hey, was this ill intent? Was this just an accident? Was this
what's the impact on the game? Yep. And you look at it, how many referees do we have? We have inside pack refs, we have jam refs, we have multiple outside pack refs. So every referee is there to catch a different view of it. So, it's basically leaving no stone unturned. Yeah,
absolutely.
So again, thank you for sticking with us while we are in this extended timeout while this is all occurring. So what's the chatter in the live stream there, Hunter Bear? Do we have anything good?
Actually, we
Any
had
shout-outs?
Someone Slamwise is to be playing again tomorrow for Fort Wayne.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So Slamwise Gamgee will be playing in Fort Wayne tomorrow with Jace of Spades. Yeah. Pretty cool.
And adding to your punk rock song, I got a pen, I got a pineapple.
Nice. Oh, Bujitsu. I love you, Bujitsu. Boo was actually scheduled to skate today with Terminus and announce with us, but had a great thing happen in their life, and is making important moves in Atlanta today. So good luck, Boo. Love you, friend, and your 40 years of announcing experience.
Yeah.
That's Boo filled out their application for this, and I looked at it and I replied and I said, sir.
Yeah.
40 years, huh? I don't think you're on the planet 40 years.
Yeah.
And they went back and went, oh yeah, I just filled that out in a hurry.
They were skating, 60 years ago. Basically.
Yep. They've been announcing since the womb.
Yeah, that's right.
Before they even knew roller derby existed.
They were just on the mic the whole time.
But love to Bujitsu. You're probably going to see Bujitsu on the mic for MRDA Championships in Salem, Oregon. If you are someone who is inclined to talk a lot about this sport that we all love, I am currently accepting applications for MRDA Championships. Get out on the MRDA site. You can see that. You can get that Google document and fill it out. I would love to have many friends to select from. Yeah, so
it's quite an experience to do.
Yeah,
definitely a lot of fun. Prior to last season, I've never did any sort of, radio DJing and like that kind of stuff, but yeah, never any sports announcing or anything like that. And so I feel like it's one of those things, especially having a teacher like you, has been quite an eye-opening experience, and it's very fun. I feel like a lot of people kind of get into their heads when they start talking sports and that kind of stuff. I knew nothing.
Nope.
Very little about roller derby prior to jumping up here.
Yep.
And 2 seasons in, I feel like I can call them with the best of them,
Heck yeah. So. I mean, you did an entire round robin without me.
That's right.
I was in New Hampshire at Battle of Bunker Hill, and you flew solo, and you did a fantastic job. So,
which is fun. It's funny to be doing it alone. You've done it obviously many a times, but when you don't have somebody to bounce off of, you're just talking.
Yep. You are literally talking to hear yourself
You're
talk.
just
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
just to fill air. And then you notice those dead silences because you're just like, or, especially if you're watching the game, you're trying to gauge what's going on, like some of the referees are and
Yep.
stuff like that. You're just kind of, oh, wait, what happened? Or sometimes there's just amazing stuff happening on the track. So you're catching yourself watching what's happening,
Yep.
and you're not talking. You're like, oh my gosh, did I not say anything for like a minute?
Exactly. You're in that moment where your train of thought stopped because the action just took your breath away,
Yeah.
literally. I mean, I can tell you, I am so thankful that when we were in England, that the Cleveland Brummies game, that I was not on that call, either in-house or on the stream,
Yeah.
and I just sat there with Just Crazy and Succubex holding their legs, squeezing. Because if I was on the mic, I don't know how I would have handled that.
Yeah.
But it was, you have those moments because you're invested in these teams,
Yeah.
whether they're your home team or not. Like, you go to a tournament and you see a team that you've never seen before. Like, this is Wisconsin United's first time back, and then suddenly your heartstrings are pulling for them, and then you've got to nope, got to keep it. Like, we can root for each of these teams, but we also have to keep it professional.
Sort bipartisan to the majority of the
Yes, we love them equally.
Yeah.
So, that's one of the things for MRDA chants I'm so excited for are the French teams.
Oh.
The French teams are back, and they're impressive.
Yeah.
They're really impressive. That's my big, question to everyone is, do we think that the MRDA Cup is going to stay here in the States, in the Americas, or is it going to take a trip across the pond and end up somewhere in Europe? Because it's been pretty successfully held for many years by U.S. teams, and I think this year might be where the tides change.
I could definitely see other European nations for sure getting involved in that. I'm particularly surprised that no Canadian team has really taken it. Seeing as how they're basically just the neighbor to the north on that, but
Yeah.
you would think maybe once in a while they would do it, but no, pretty much all American
Yep.
for the whole thing.
Well, I know last year when Champs was held in the UK, hosted by the wonderful Tyne & Fear Roller Derby in Newcastle, was also a big eye-opener for the UK teams. They really kind of came in, by storm and really showed what they were made of. And now we're going to see the French teams in there. I mean, the change in the rankings, I think there's in the top 15, there's 4 or 5 French teams.
I was going to say, how many French teams do you think?
There's a lot. I mean, there's, why is brain has shut off, but it's going to be crazy. Let me get my ranking.
I'd love to have some French teams come over here.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd love to have more international teams coming over. I know the current situation, but it would be wonderful to have more international teams coming over and playing, and just being for people that live out here, being able to witness that.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. So in the Q2 rankings, your number 1 team is the St. Louis Gatekeepers. Mm-hmm. Your number 2 team is Toulouse from France, from Toulouse, France. They jumped 9 spots in the rankings in Q2, followed by Tyne & Fear, Concussion, Denver Ground Control, Magic City Misfits. Then you've got Nordique de Touraine, which is from Tours, France. Number 8 is Orset, also French. 9, Nantiques Atlantique, French. Then Southern Discomfort. So your top 10 is 1, 2, 3, 4 French teams, 1, 2 UK teams, and then the rest are US teams.
I totally expect it. Let's see what's going on in the chat here. It's like we have Bujitsu saying World Cup next year is in France.
It is.
They're about to do big things. Yeah, we agree.
Oh, we absolutely agree. Hey, Bujitsu. World Cup announcers.
Yeah. That would be fun.
Yeah. Well, hey, hi, my friend. You've got really good experience. You're doing really well. You should apply for things. just saying. You know what? I know somebody who might be in charge of selecting things. So
say, you know some big shots up there.
I mean, it might be me.
Wow,
So,
you know all the announcers, the referees.
I know. Listen, I know people. So we are still in this extended official timeout. There is still lots more conversation happening. I'm seeing that one of our co-head NSOs is talking to AK-47 and AK-40 ounce, I'm sorry, and Anarchist and one of the other Detroit coaches. Just again, want to shout out as many of our sponsors as we possibly can. Of course, we've already mentioned it, but voted, the Here Helping In House voted the best skate shop in Cleveland. Next Level Skate Shop is a woman-owned business that has been a long-time official sponsor for the Cleveland Guardians. Be sure to stop by Coco's Shop downtown for all of your roller derby needs.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, we have Roller Derby Athletics here. Roller Derby Athletics is your ultimate online resources for new and seasoned skaters. We offer expert guidance, off skates, workouts, team training, and inclusive community to help you level up. RDA strives to help skaters become safe, strong, and unstoppable.
And I can tell you straight from my mailbox that tonight is the last call to roll into RDA. Member intake ends tonight, so get on there and sign up. It's a wonderful program. I am in it myself. I love my RDA. Maloik is my coach. Got to meet in the UK one of Maloik's other RDA team members from the Netherlands, played on Netherlands World Cup team, went to, refed in Worcester, and then went to Austria and played on World Cup. So
yeah,
you've got elite leveled skaters involved, and it's amazing. I don't know about you. Am I having a stroke? I smell burnt pizza.
No. I think it's the concession stands.
Okay,
It's been hot dogs and bacon and stuff like that. But the Guardians would like to send a huge shout out to S1 Helmets for sponsoring the team. S1 has been an amazing copy to work with, providing top quality protection for our players on the track. They even made matte green lifer visor helmets, which I've been talking to a couple players out here, and I feel like more players are starting to get visors and stuff like that, which I think is a great idea.
Yeah.
Protect your eyes, protect your nose,
Yep.
as much as possible. You do not want to get, I've seen some bloody noses, nothing egregious or anything bad, but, definitely somebody hit the ground or an elbow, just, hand flies.
Yeah, absolutely. And, because we have the diversity in roller derby, I am not a tall human.
Yeah.
If I'm out there skating and on skates, I'm probably 5'6" on skates.
Yeah.
I'm only 5'4" in real life.
Yeah.
If I'm going up against a skater like Eat, Chip, and Die,
Yeah.
naturally, if Chip gets down to block me, it's probably going right in my face.
Yeah.
So, it's smart to have a visor. Also, you figure one of the things people always look at is your mouth guard. Your mouth guard's to protect your teeth.
Yeah.
No, it's to protect your head.
Yeah.
Because you get jostled, you're going to slosh that little brain around in your head, and that's when you end up with a concussion or a traumatic brain injury.
Yeah.
That visor is also going to protect your face.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, visors are, as somebody who's been a big fan of hockey, seeing visors more and more out on the ice is a great thing. I love seeing it out here, especially because it's not meant to be as an aggressive sport, but, when you're in midair flailing, sometimes your hand just might smack somebody in the face, and it's totally not on purpose. It just happens how it is. And you're right, being people that are very tall, very short, right in the middle, whatever you want to say, you can just get hit. You can totally get hit in the face. I feel like visors are a great idea. I'm not into the whole cage like they do with like a lot of minor league hockey and stuff, but I totally understand the visor.
I do too. And even too, like it does have to be approved. It's not something that you can walk into a sanctioned game without. But some of them have the visors that have the tint of them. As long as the tint is light enough that you can see the skater's eyes, because skaters who have experienced concussions, lights in these venues can be triggering, and if you've got that visor there, it helps mitigate that. So
absolutely.
I mean, unfortunately, I've been with several of my derby brethren who have suffered from concussions. One of my friends had a traumatic brain injury, had 7 points, impact points. So, but we are still out here. I think we might be coming to the end of whatever is happening here. Not quite sure yet. Skaters might get a warm-up lap to get back because we've been down for so long. It's been about 25 minutes. So
nothing importante.
Gotcha. Okay. So lots of conversation. Nothing really for us to report back to you all.
Very uneventful.
Yeah. So.
Very uneventful. So now we're just doing the thing. Man.
Bingo. Bingo, bango, boingo.
Bingo, bango. Well, it looks like the teams are warming up. Hopefully that's a good sign. Especially Detroit warming up and whatnot. And
so
Wisconsin.
Here's a philosophical question. There was a farmer who had a dog and Bingo was his name-o. Was Bingo the dog or was Bingo the farmer? There's never been it established if the farmer's name was Bingo or if the dog's name was Bingo.
Is this like one of those, like, is the Monster Mash the song about the Monster Mash, or is the song Monster Mash different than the song that is the Monster Mash? Like, I think it's the farmer. I'm gonna be controversial here and say the farmer is Bingo.
The farmer is Bingo.
And also, the Monster Mash, the song Monster Mash, is about a song and dance called
the Monster Mash.
But the song Monster Mash is not the Monster Mash.
No, it's about
the Monster Mash.
The Monster Mash.
It's really like in-depth lyrics.
It really
with
is.
both of those songs.
I just had to bring, the philosophy in of, I heard that once and I was like,
oh, that's going to be my
just
new
kidding.
question for, just going to find random strangers and be like, was it the farmer or was it the dog?
Because really, it's never been established.
No.
You just go into there was a farmer who had a dog and Bingo was his name-o, and then you start spelling Bingo.
But do you know if Bingo is the dog?
Right.
I've never.
Is it just telling us that the farmer had a dog?
Yeah.
And the farmer's name is Bingo.
Yeah. If you go up to Prince Edward Island, I'm sure there's some bingos up there, some fellas named Bingo.
I'm sure. Oh, Prince Edward Island, the home of Anne of Green Gables.
Oh, yeah, my Canadian brethren.
Yes. Actually, my friend who I was talking about who had the traumatic brain injury with 7 impact points is originally from Prince Edward Island.
Yeah.
Yep.
PEI.
Yep. My good friend Heather skated in Montreal and then moved out to Western Canada in Alberta. Skated there for a while. Yep.
She gets the Alberta accent?
No, she's still pretty Eastern Canada.
Yeah.
She just had a beautiful baby boy. Congratulations, Heather.
Congrats.
So, what else can we talk about? What's going on here? You've been playing some music.
Yeah, here and there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, haven't hit Pittsburgh yet, which would love to one of these days.
You need to let me know, and I will 1,000% be there to support.
Absolutely. It's funny too because growing up in California, going to other states was not a thing.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things where driving 6 hours anywhere in any direction was never a thing. We were always kind of you're either driving up north in California or you were driving down south in California. Even if you went west, you're in the ocean. So driving around out here, now you can go to other states. You can go multiple other states. I mean, I could be in New York City in 6 hours, which is crazy because 6 hours before I was down in LA. So nowadays I get to drive all over the place. What's that?
The pen that I thought I lost, I just found. It was in my hair.
Oh, gosh.
Because, friends, if you're not here, my hair is big, and things get lost within the bigness of my hair. I just, it has its own mind. So, just a shout out. I know that most people are, just watching this virtually, but if you happen to be one of those folks who are like my dad and they want the running commentary, they listen to the radio while they watch the game in person. We just had a request from the Chicago Bruise Brothers. One of the members of the Chicago Bruise Brothers, Stepbros, lost their necklace. If you see a coffin pendant, I believe it's green, anywhere here in the venue, you can bring it to the announcer table and we will get it returned. So again, if you just played in this last game, it might be somewhere in the track area. If you find a coffin necklace, please return it to your announcer table and we will get it to its owner. So, yeah. So again, while we're sitting here, Honey Bear, who do we have as our officials for this game?
We have a few different officials going on from here. Galvatron, Mimi First, also Galvatron, number 2.
Yep.
Ramen Noodles, which I like.
I like ramen noodles. That's pretty good.
It's a good play on because I think of ramen, like eating a bunch of noodles.
Yeah. That's it works on so many levels.
Sadie Masochist, Bobby Wan Kenobi, the great Bobby Wan, Jam Burglar, your travel buddy, Brianna Ruins or B Ruins, or did you know? B Ruins. I never knew this until like fairly recently, but the whole reason is that because it's the Bruins.
Duh.
I didn't know that.
Duh.
It's like
I don't even
noodles.
like sports.
Oh well.
And I knew that.
This was like maybe a couple months ago, and Pound Cake explained it to me, and I went, oh, that just makes so much more sense.
Yeah, because Ruins is originally from Massachusetts and in that area, and is a massive hockey fan.
Oh,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and then seeing her wearing all the Bruins gear outside of Derby, it all clicked.
Yep.
Honey Bear can sometimes be a little just out of the picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Big Tails, Nick Tater, who's celebrating 300 games
And a birthday.
He's 300 years old.
300 years old in 300th game. And I think Nick Tater just recently got engaged and or married. I know that it was a recent engagement, but I think they may have gotten married too recently. So
Nick Tater taking on the world.
Yeah, Nick Tater taking on the world.
And Pound Cake, of course, is one of our officials. Carmen Dragon, the Go Ram Reaver, Mick Ninja, Will Hudson, Snaps Smear, which is a great name. Disco the Box and Havoc.
Yeah, thanks to Snaps Smear. Snaps was the alt ref and was bringing us information on the official reviews. We very unexpectedly just stuck our mic out of this little bank window hole and was like, just say it in here.
Yeah.
And Snaps was like, okay, I guess.
It's just so much easier.
Yeah.
Than both of us trying to be like, what?
Yep.
What? So, well, I see teams lining up.
I do. I see teams lining up. We might get back to the action.
Holy moly. Are we going to get back to some roller derby?
So 34 minutes have expired. Thank you for listening to us
banter.
ramble, and you know, as one of my UK friends said, and you know, my initial American reaction was like, oh, I'm so offended, but it was meant as nice. Was they liked hearing me prattle on?
Yeah.
So.
All right, and we are back.
Finally,
We are
it
back.
has happened to us. Roller derby
And we are
has
still in the
started.
first period.
We're on gem number 8. We've got Headhunter going up against Mama. Headhunter being forced off the track and dragged back into almost turn 1 there. Honey Bear, I saw you doing a dance.
Yeah, I got the zoomies. I was drinking a bunch of Diet Dr. Peppers, and I'm ready.
Zoomy, zoomy, zoom.
Woo!
But we all missed too is Mama was in the penalty box.
Mama's in the penalty box.
Well, Mama just got out
Oh.
of the penalty box. Mama's been freed.
Oh.
That was,
Mama's all over Detroit.
yeah. Yeah, oopsie. But passing wind going to the penalty box. Passing wind. I love it. Kids these days.
That's a good one.
It's a really good one.
Now, do we shorten it to wind
Or passing.
or passing or pass? Because I feel like you don't want to say pass.
No. I mean, it's one of those ones that you just have to go full name every time, passing wind.
Yeah.
So that's 4 points for Detroit, increasing their lead to 74. Wisconsin United held again at 0, so 74-10.
We got some. Everybody's been adding into the chat about some hypotheticals for
Oh,
us.
Jace, we're gonna have to read Jace's because I very much enjoy what Jace has posted here. So Slamwise Gamgee gets around a couple of downed skaters and picks up lead for Detroit.
Yeah, it looks like Astronauti for Wisconsin is on the bench, or no, in the box. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Astronauti with a penalty. I was like, yeah, I'm missing, and you know those officials. They are strategically placed in the middle where they should be, directly in the sight line of the penalty box.
Yeah.
So,
Sometimes we miss them.
yeah.
All right, and Slamwise trying to break through the pack there, trying to get through, and finds a little opening. Speeds right through. Astronauti's coming up on the little scrum. Ooh!
Ooh, nice hit by Flutterbat. And Mexican takeout with the drawback. Oh, bodies everywhere. Oh, big hit from Anarchist on Astronauti. Astronauti kind of gets caught up there with Mexican takeout, goes down, but has room on the inside line. Does complete that initial pass.
And looks like Astronauti's seeing if there's an opening here.
And this is a power jam.
Yeah.
Slamwise is sitting in the penalty box.
Currently standing. And it looks like Wisconsin's trying to hold back Slam. Oh, big jump there from Slam. Didn't quite make it though. And that's the call.
Slamwise, yeah, Slamwise coming out of the box hot. And that's the end of our jam. Detroit picking up 16. Wisconsin with 4.
Current score for Detroit is 90. Wisconsin with 14 as they're 14 minutes into the period here. Jam 10 starting up. And it looks like we got Chaotic here.
Oh, this
in
is
the
the
start.
first time we're
Yeah.
seeing Chaotic jam in this game.
Yeah.
I feel like we saw Chaotic a little bit in the first game.
I think a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. And we've got Boney Hawk out there wearing the star. Ooh, Eat, Chip, and Die just plowing down the opposition to open up that inside line for Chaotic, but suffering for the actions, going to the penalty box. Seems like we might have, oh, Boney Hawk was in the penalty box. Okay, I'm like, I'm missing something here. This is where we need kind of like an angular view, or we need to be on a riser.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, it'd definitely be nice to have like a little bit of a floating platform.
Oh, nice work there by Dr. Robloknik, working together with, I believe is that? With Serenity and, oh, number 238, Radio Smackdiv.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't catch the number.
Yep. I'm loving the printed, the cow printed helmets. I'm gonna guess that, you know, these might be some dual skaters with Mad Roland dolls.
Oh, did they got cow print?
Yep, Dairyland dolls. Yeah.
Oh. Love me a matching helmet.
Uh-huh. They have, back in the day, they had one of my favorite pieces of merch. It was Moo, the B word, get out the way, W-H-E-Y.
Okay.
Yeah. One of the best pieces of merch I think I've ever purchased in Derby. So that's 16 points for Chaotic, taking Detroit past that century mark to 106. No points there for Wisconsin. 14 stays on the board, but it looks like we've got some folks in the penalty box. We've got a couple Detroit players, so there's only 2 Detroit players on the track. That's Mexican Takeout and Flutterbat, but immediately a penalty gets served on Mama. Ugh. Mama goes to the box, and this is a power jam for Headhunter.
Mama. And looks like Headhunter broken out there. Headhunter going around, coming back into the pack, but the pack is moving. And Mexican Takeout trying to clear some space for Headhunter, but it looks like Wisconsin is just trying to battle out, making a bit of a gauntlet there for them. And here comes Mama. Yeah, it looks like we got a couple points awarded here to Detroit. They got 4 points, so 110 for Detroit. Still 14 points for Wisconsin. As it's about 10 minutes left of this period as we head into the 12th jam here.
Oh, slam-wise. Almost a bit of a toe-stop run there, or almost a toe-stop bounce out of the pack to pick up lead.
Yeah, there. Oh, Slamwise found that little corner there, got through it. And Boney Hawk trying to catch up to the pack to grab some points, but Slamwise, we're gonna say Slamwise. Slamwise said, nope, you're not getting any points. I'm watching you.
Yep. Boney Hawk doing the best out there. I'm curious to see, this is a skater that I'd like to watch progress in roller derby. I feel that there's kind of some similarities there between Boney and our very own Stewie here in Cleveland. So if you...
Love Stewie.
I love Stewie. Stewie and I bonded in the UK. So
did you?
Yes, I am. Stewie might be my grandchild now. So
grandchild.
I mean, I'm old, so and Stewie is so young. But I think that if Boney kind of watches Stewie and follows that path, we may see a similar jammer come out of him.
Do you see the speed on Mexican Takeout there?
And I was just going to say that, please tell me, like, this is fast food right there, man.
Oh,
get me my Mexican Takeout. Speed around here.
Speed around for sure. It almost looks like Mexican Takeout is not even pushing how fast they're going.
I mean, seriously, this is just like we're getting a breeze from how fast Mexican Takeout is doing. Words hard.
Speaking as fast as Mexican Takeout is we're skating right now. So.
Yep. I'm the Micro Machines guy.
That's right. Oh!
Wow, that was Radio Smacktive. It was massive, but it also resulted in a penalty. So.
It was.
Yeah.
Sometimes those big hits look really good, but then you look back and you're like, yeah, that wasn't quite right. But it was still really good to watch. It was fun to watch. And Mexican Takeout, calling it. Decided, you know what? I got a good amount of points. I'm just gonna call it now. All right, so Detroit racking up about a dozen points here, bringing them up to 126. Wisconsin grabbing 4 points there, bringing them up to 18.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. 16 points were awarded to Detroit, so they're at 130.
So 130.
And we are 7.5 minutes into this, or left in this period here, as we are hitting the 14th jam. And wow, Headhunter gaining some speed too. Detroit decided, you know what? Let's go fast.
Yep.
Let's go fast. And looks like we got some folks going to the box.
Yeah, we got a pileup. Mama, is that Mama?
Yeah, Mama wearing the star for Detroit, or I'm sorry, for Wisconsin.
I hate to say this, but I think Mama has gone to the penalty box every time Mama's been out as a jammer. I don't have the stats actually in front of me. I don't have the penalty tracker, but I think that's unfortunately the case. Yeah. So, penalties are sometimes what wins a game for another team.
Absolutely.
So, you're going to capitalize every time that jammer is off the track.
I just get the Bob Dylan voice in my head, and I hear, "Oh, Mama."
You know what? That might be.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. The necklace has been found, so no worries.
The necklace has been found.
Thank you, Choker. And by the way, you're amazing. You did so good.
It's good.
So
crisis averted.
Crisis averted. Necklace has been found. Jewelry recovered. I know that I would be so devastated if I lost my little microphone necklace here. So.
We all got our little trinkets here.
Yep. It means so much to me, and it's my fidget.
Yeah.
I play with it.
And it looks like we're in an official timeout. Hopefully this won't be just a tad shorter.
Let's hope. Let's hope.
But the current score is 140 Detroit, Wisconsin at 18. 6:14 left in this period as we head into the 15th jam here. All right, and there's the whistle.
There's that whistle. It's time to play some roller derby. So again, Boney Hawk up against, I think that's Slamwise.
Yes.
Slamwise taking on Boney Hawk. I wonder if Boney Hawk gets recognized or not recognized in airports like his counterpart. Yep. Ooh, it looks like skates got cut up there between Boney and Eat, Chip, and Die. Yep. That's going to be a penalty for Boney. I think that might have been considered a low block, but I didn't see the hand signal.
There's Slam. And Slamwise coming back around the track as both teams regroup. Wisconsin making a block, but some good offense there from Detroit, clearing a little room. And Slamwise says, no, I'm going to just call it.
No, we get to see Slamlet in game number 5 at 7 p.m. Slated for 7 p.m. We are, unfortunately, a little bit behind in time, so, but that's where we're going to see Slamlet play.
Yes. I just get all the slams, Slamwich, Slamwise. Sandins
was formerly Slamuel L. Jackson. So many slams. We've got Slamwich we saw in Tampa. And look at that Mexican Takeout. Hot and spicy. Bursts out of the pack. Lead jammer for Detroit.
Mexican Takeout must have been drinking some of those Powerades that we got
Yep,
over there
yep.
because did you notice it says instead of calories it says energy?
Nice.
That's what. So I'm like, must have chugged 2 of those and then said, hey, I'm gonna run
I'm gonna need those then.
Yeah.
I need some myself.
some energy because we're definitely seeing a lot of energy from this Detroit team, especially after that first game. It wasn't very slow. I'm not gonna say that, but definitely this one they were like, you know what, we got our feeling.
Yep.
Let's do this.
Oh, a beautiful spin maneuver out of the pack from Mexican Takeout. Boney Hawk finally able to break free and shake off Murder and gets the initial pass.
And Mexican Takeout getting in there, getting tossed around a little bit in that pack, but just pulls out, finds the opening. I don't think I ever told you. I played I had an old band, and we played with Tony Hawk's son. at a show.
Really?
Yeah.
Who has married Frances Bean Cobain and now
Just
has a baby?
Has a baby. Has the ultimate Gen X baby.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah, we played, and as we're playing the show, I look out into the crowd as I'm headbanging, and I make eyes with the one and only Tony Hawk. And I said,
And did you say,
"Oh my God!"
or did you say, "Hey, that guy looks like Tony Hawk"?
No,
Has anyone told you you look like Tony Hawk?
we got the rundown right away that Riley Hawk. We met Riley, very nice young man. I could say young man. He's a lot younger than I am. And somebody jokingly said, "Riley, is your dad going to be here?" And he looked at his phone. And he said, "Yeah." And we were all like, "Whoa!"
Like, this is our chance to get on the next Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack.
Yeah, exactly.
How many of us were influenced musically by that soundtrack?
It was
if I hear
eye-opening.
Superman by Goldfinger, that song is just 1,000% Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hit those letters.
Yep,
Hit
absolutely.
those letters.
get the VHS tapes
Yep.
and everything like that.
Yep.
So it was very cool to make eyes with him on that.
That's amazing. I appreciate that story. So Mexican Takeout joining the 16-point club. So far in this contest, we've had Headhunter with a 16-point jam, Slamwise Ganji, Chaotic had a 16-point jam, and now Mexican Takeout.
The 16 Club.
16 club. That's like Saturday Night Live when you get to the 5 host club.
Oh, is it?
Is it? I think it's the 5. Yeah, they always do something funny about it. Because it's like Steve Martin and Dan Aykroyd, and yeah, it keeps getting bigger and bigger. But
sure.
yeah,
The kind of people you want to see 5 times on that.
exactly. All right, we've got 3 minutes left in this period. We are currently, we were in an official review. It looks like that official review has been completed.
Oh. And Headhunter wearing the star for Detroit, taking the lead pretty early on. Mama wearing the star for Wisconsin. Oh.
Ooh.
Big push there. Oh, and Headhunter trying to get away from Wisconsin there.
I think that's Apple. Yeah.
Yeah, Apple was out for some blood.
Oh no.
Oh, Mama.
Mama. Mama. Oh. See, you went Bob Dylan, I went Queen.
You went Queen. We call her Dog Mama.
That's cute.
Yeah. Call her Mama. So when she's being bad, you're just like, Mama, Mama. Stop. Our neighbors must think we're very abusive towards or my mother or something like that.
Headhunter, just completing third pass, is ready to join the 16 club, or actually get another 16, because Headhunter did have 16 points in jam number 2. And actually, that ends up being no points for either team. Oh, no, there we go. Sorry, that was 4 points and then 0, the trailing 0. I learned that from 0 in the last call.
Yeah. So we're at Detroit rocking 176 points. Wisconsin still at 22 here, as we are a minute and a half left in this period.
Slamwise up on those toe stops, becomes almost invisible, slides out of the pack for lead.
And Mama trying to break through Detroit there. Oh. Wow, Mexican takeout holding back Mama.
Wow. Really, that was a fight for a Mexican takeout on Mama. Mama able to shake it off, though, and complete the initial pass. Slamwise being called on a cut track.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a power jam for Wisconsin and Mama. Let's see if Mama can capitalize. But also being called out on a cut track. Mama. I definitely in the half want to take a look at the penalties because I think Mama might be up there. They might have to reconsider jamming Mama in the second half.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Slamwise out of the box hot, runs right into number 22 Tommy Knocker.
And looks like Mama's back out. Slamwise taking a couple strides, catching their breath, ready to come back, face the pack. Pack's starting to gather up a little bit. Detroit trying to clear some room for Slam. Slam pushed out, but going back in. Slam just saying, you know what? Going through.
Oh my God, that's, oh no. Okay, I thought that was another penalty.
Oh, yeah.
But because Mama hit directly into Murder, went down, and then went off the track with hands in the air. I think that was just, I'm yielding. I know it's potentially a cut track, so I don't want to suffer that cut track, and I'm going to re-engage, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Woof. Okay, so Mama able to pick up 3 more points there, 7 total, taking Wisconsin United to 29, 9 points for Detroit, taking them to 185. That's actually probably been, shall we say, the most competitive jam so far between these two teams, the closest point differential. Only 2 points separating them in this jam, taking us into the half. Detroit Riot in the lead over Wisconsin United Roller Derby. We're going to take a very brief intermission because we had such a long time out, official timeout. We're going to
cut this intermission.
Yeah, cut this intermission and get back on track as much as we can. So, Honey Bear, we'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be back.
We'll be back.
We are Guardians! We are Guardians!
Roller derby? It's different from other sports. It's a symphony of chaos, a ballet of brutality, a place where the misfits, the marginalized, and the misunderstood are seen. We are the dreamers, the rebels, the quiet ones, the ones who have been overlooked, underestimated, and outright dismissed. We found our home on the track, our sanctuary on 8 wheels. In a world of adversity and obstacles, skating is our refuge, our place to stand together. Derby is our family. Being different is hard. In Derby, the different hit harder. Come be seen. Come be different with us. We are Guardians. This is our arena. This is Roller Derby.
All right, and we are back for the second half of the Detroit Men's Roller Derby versus the Wisconsin United Roller Derby. I'm the Honey Bear. Pinky D is out on the rink giving one of our officials a cape. Nick Tater taking a lap, a Naruto run there in the cape there. As Nick comes around. Nick Tater is celebrating 300 games as I believe as an official, and that's quite a feat to have here. So big shout out to Nick Tater there. That's awesome. 300 games. It's also Nick Tater's birthday. I don't know how old Nick Tater is. I'm gonna say Nick Tater is 300 years old, and he's looking fantastic. All right, and we are back into it here. Yes. All right, and it looks like Slamwise Gamgee is wearing the star here for Detroit's Mama, wearing the star for Wisconsin. Man, I couldn't get the words out for a second. I kept wanting to say Detroit and Wisconsin, mixing them both up. And Slamwise taking the lead here, looking to grab some points for Detroit as they are leading at 185-29 with Wisconsin. Hey, Pinky D.
Pinky D, ready for action.
That's right.
Whew.
Hey, that was cool.
That was very cool. I'm out of breath. No.
Why? You didn't do the Naruto run.
I did not have to do the cape run, so.
No. I hope when I hit 300 games, you guys don't make me do a cape run.
No.
I will die.
No. I'm gonna have to visit some of the announcer worlds and see what our milestones are. So I'm sure we have something very different.
Let's just make our own. Let's just get odd number
exactly.
ones. Game 101, you get.
I like that.
All right, and looks like Detroit grabbing 8 points there, bringing them up to 193. Wisconsin, no points were awarded to them, sticking at 29 as we are about a minute and a half into this period here.
You know, I failed at doing what I wanted to do at the halftime was to look at penalties.
Oh, I went over there and I didn't even ask.
I got distracted.
You know, I went over and funny enough, I saw a chair.
And you just
and
sat?
I sat and I contemplated reading in my book, but you know, just to take 10 minutes to myself. Announcers, we need 10 minutes to ourselves.
We do.
In there.
We need that quiet room. All right, so Black Magic kind of getting a bit of out of play. I believe that was actually an out of play call, being sent to the penalty box, which was going to free up Headhunter anyway. Headhunter is your lead jammer. Now we've got Astronauti completing their initial pass.
Yeah. Astronauti trying to make a jump, but pushed out mid-air there.
Yep.
I went over to the merch tables during intermission after I got up from said chair, and I
no, you scooted
I did.
your chair over to the merch tables.
Yeah, I did like a bouncing kind of over. They're like plastic chairs from like high school folks.
Oh, okay, because they would have absolutely broke.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But anyways, went over and I'm admiring the Wisconsin jerseys. I really do like those.
I do too. Like it's the whole state going chomp, chomp, chomp.
Yeah, I love it. I really do love it.
I do too. Somebody has shorts on, and the back part of it literally says chomp, chomp, and there is a strategically placed Wisconsin state chomping. So.
Speaking of strategies, Mexican takeout strategy is to go as fast as and to just go through everybody.
And Murder just murdered Boney Hawk. Just sent Boney Hawk flying through the air.
Murder living up to their name.
Yeah.
There. Mexican takeout coming around the track now. Trying to gauge it out, seeing if there's an opening, looking for it. The opening was going through a slew of people.
Either that or Murda is entirely made up of crows and is a murder.
Yeah. It's just a bunch of crows in a person suit.
Yes, and if that is the case, I want to be friends with Murder because I desperately want to charm a crow so it will bring me shiny things.
I'll try to tell this as quickly as possible. I knew a guy, very popular musician. He had a murder of crows that would follow him everywhere he went in the city I grew up in.
Okay, jealous. I need to know that man.
I will tell you about him later.
Slamwise Gamgee donning the star for Detroit up against Radio Smacktive. First time seeing Radio Smacktive, Jam. They were pretty consistent in the blocking rotation.
Yep.
Oh, wow. What a takeout there by, was that Chaotic?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Chaotic must study physics because just knew the right place to hit that to send Radio Smacktive flying.
And it looks like Slamwise is trying to get wised up to, said, you know what? Let's just call it.
Yeah. Easier to do that.
I am seeing no points from the referees from the stripes here.
Okay.
And,
I see two.
Oh,
I
okay.
see two.
There's the horns.
Yep, the goats have been thrown.
What's the teacher from Breakfast Club? I got you. You're mine for 2 months. You're mine. You're mine, Bender. 2 months.
God, Judd Nelson was so hot in that movie.
Yeah. What a fall from grace that guy
Yeah,
had.
I mean, that is a Gen Xer's dream right there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Detroit rocking a cool 211 right now with Wisconsin at 31. Headhunter wearing the star for Detroit. Astronauti wearing it for Wisconsin. Headhunter coming around back to the pack here.
Ooh, Booty Vicious doing a great job containing and setting that up so Murder can then send Astronauti into the atmosphere.
Yeah, and it looks...
You like that space joke there?
There you go. I caught what you're putting down. You didn't think I would?
You know me too well, honey
I was
bear.
about to say.
You know
you
me
think
too
I
well.
wouldn't get that?
Yeah. You know the proper Smith's cat references to send me.
And it looks like Headhunter's trying to get through, but
no. Forearm call on Headhunter.
Yeah.
Just as Astronauti was coming up for a scoring pass, Eat, Chip, and Die places a ginormous hit on Astronauti, but Astronauti has to get through Murder, and Murder has absolutely had Astronauti's ticket. Follow-up hit there by Anarchist.
Yeah.
Anarchist now setting it up again for Astronauti, and Astronauti being thrown to the outside of the track by Anarchist, Eat, Chip, and Die, and Murder. Chip making sure that Naughty knows that Chip is the furthest most blocker on the track and should just roll back. Naughty, kind of not feeling it, is actually holding their chest and asking Snap Smear to call it off for them. The medic is going over to talk to Astronauti.
Yeah.
Think it more as just like the wind got knocked out of them when they were on the far side of the track. I see the coach coming with an inhaler. Great job. So
that's what we love to see. We love the support of all the volunteers, coaches, players, medics especially. I always underline the medics because truly they are very crucial to us, and it's not just because we love playing this game and we love to be here. It's just they protect us. They make
really
sure everything's
do.
good.
They really do. Like, you know, I've been in the sport for a very long time. I'm sure people are tired of me saying it, but this is my 19th season in roller derby. When we started this all way back when in the early aughts, we used to get asked a lot about, you know, the origins of roller derby and how it was very akin to sports entertainment, wrestling, and you know how were the falls planned and rehearsed, and you know you plan the bump on it. Roller derby in this modern day and age is not. This is all full contact, skaters going all out. You know, strategically placing those hits. So we have to have medics here. You know, there is we're putting ourselves in peril on shoes with wheels
Yeah.
on it going fast.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we're protected, but there's a lot of parts of us that are not.
Exactly. And Chaotic trying to protect some more points here for Detroit with Boney Hawk cruising.
Boney Hawk coming up fast.
Yeah.
I think Boney Hawk kind of found a sweet spot there and challenged Chaotic. They both hit the pack at the same time, and Chaotic calls it off. Again, we talk about it. There were no points scored, but it was not a pointless jam.
1 point.
Oh, we got 1 point. 1 point
Apparently
there
1
by
point.
Chaotic.
Ah.
And I did miss in that last jam. Naughty did get 4 points,
Yeah.
so 35. That must have went up after the medics and coaches addressed Astronauty being needing some help there. Now, when the
breather.
jam is called off for injury, the skater does have to sit for 3, so we will not see Astronauti for at least 3 more jams.
Currently, we have Eat, Chip, and Dive representing the star for Detroit, and Radio Smacktive is going to be rocking it for Wisconsin.
Oh, Chip
Oh.
just using that blocker mentality and
Yeah.
was trying to keep those arms
Yeah.
in, but unfortunately
Nope.
they left the body and they pushed off,
Yep.
and that's a forearm call, and Chip is going to the penalty box. Radio Smacktive is your lead jammer for Wisconsin United.
I'm loving seeing Mexican Takeout on the top of the pack there. Definitely been one of my favorite skaters in this game here.
Yeah. Well, look at Mexican Takeout coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, is this again Mexican Takeout and
Anarchist and...
no, I'm trying to remember. Mexican Takeout and their mom are playing together, but I think that would be further than we were. But you know what? We roll with the punches, and we are here for roller derby. It
right.
is fun.
We got a time team out right now from Wisconsin. They're repping one of their... They only got one left after this, so...
Yep. Oh, wow. And this is Hi Kitty. And this is the second half, and to only then have one time out left is risky.
Yeah.
It's risky. There's 19 minutes left in the game. Timeout management is actually a very important part of the bench staff, is to make sure you have those and are using them strategically.
Yeah.
You need them if you need it, and you need just a moment to take a breather, regroup, kind of discuss your strategy again. Absolutely, but you don't want to be frivolous, shall we say, with the timeout.
There's only so... It's a finite amount that you have, so you can only use them... You should use them sparingly.
Yes.
To some extent.
Yes.
And it looks like the timeout is coming to an end here.
Headhunter with the star. M. Mortal going to be starting from the penalty box. M. Mortal was frozen in that box, frozen in the penalty box carbonite.
The forbidden zone.
Wow, this now is a power star. Beautiful hit by All Beef Surprise. Unfortunately, All Beef Surprise goes down and also resets. So that shakes things up for Headhunter, freeing them from blocker jail, and is able to get lead. 4 points.
And Headhunter looking back at the pack, seeing what the opening is. The rest of the Detroit team trying to clear some space for them. Ooh.
Yeah, Detroit looking, because M. Mortal has been freed from the penalty box.
Yeah.
Mexican Takeout trying to put a hit up on M. Mortal, but actually kind of does some control work there and takes out Holodecked. So that's one less Wisconsin player in play, in the action, in the fray there. All Beef Surprise going toe to toe, is able to take down Headhunter, which allows M. Mortal out and picking up, just the initial pass and now moving into scoring position. Headhunter in control, though. Keeps an eye out and goes ahead and calls it off.
Yeah. Headhunter gathering a dozen points. Looks like bringing it up to 233 for Detroit. Wisconsin hanging out at 38 points here. A little more than 17 minutes left in this period as we head into the 10th jam. Slamwise is going to be wearing the star for Detroit, and Black Magic will be wearing it for Wisconsin. And we're off, and Black Magic is trying to get through the Detroiters there, is met by Eat, Chip, and Die. And Slamwise is also having kind of an issue to get through Wisconsin there.
Yeah.
Wisconsin really holding back.
Serenity, my goodness.
Oh.
Grant me the serenity to get out of this pack.
Serenity now. Just thinking.
Costanza.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jerry Stiller screaming serenity now.
Yep.
When Slamwise was going to come in hot, but said, ooh, I don't know, actually.
Oh, nice effort there by Rabbit and Apple to contain Slamwise. Looks like 4 points for Slamwise, no points for for Black Magic.
Detroit sitting at 237 currently, and Wisconsin at 38 still. A little less than 16 minutes left in this period as we head into the 11th jam. Starts right up. Mexican Takeout wearing the star. Oh. Say no more, Mexican Takeout.
Say no more, mi amor.
Yeah. I didn't even see Mexican Takeout in the start. It just looked like they just fell from the rafters and they were just ready to go.
Yep. And that was for a hot second a power jam. Black Magic was released almost immediately upon the start of that jam. Came out hot, and my brain was watching it going, yeah, Black Magic might be able to get lead, but then through the rafters was dropped Mexican Takeout.
Mexican Takeout literally spawned like right in the front there.
Was
just
that a drone delivery of Mexican Takeout?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It was just one of those, like, I didn't even see them on the ground, and then literally I saw them falling from the sky, hit the track running.
Yep.
Or skating.
Skating.
No running here.
No. I mean, you can run on skates. I've seen
Technically,
it. I've seen it.
I've seen it.
All right, we've got Chaotic picking up the star again. Radio Smacktive. I think we've got Booty Vicious in the penalty box.
Yes. Yep. Booty.
Booty sitting in the box. Ooh. God. Flutterbat, so good.
Yeah. Flutterbat really holding it down here, making it very difficult for Wisconsin to even think about sending anybody through.
Booty with the big strides, trying to get back up there to offer the offense to Chaotic. Does just that, creates enough of distraction that the inside line had some breathing room that Chaotic was able to slide past on.
And Radio Smacktive is trying to get through the pack here, but they are just really making it difficult here. Booty sending them all the way back. Looks like we're going to have a star pass or an attempt at one at least. Chaotic just casually skating here.
Oh no, Radio Smacktive being called on a cut track, star in hand. So this is a power jam for Chaotic. Chaotic 1 foot slide around the Wisconsin United defense for 16 points. This is our highest scoring jam of this half.
Yeah.
Chaotic is just out for a Sunday stroll. Actually, Chaotic takes over as the highest scoring jammer for Detroit, 20 points. Oh, I thought Chaotic was going to join the 16 club, and Chaotic was like, I am going to be the overachiever, and I'm going to start my own club, 20 points. I'm a 20 or 20 older. 20 holder.
20 holder.
20.
Detroit is rocking 261 currently, and Wisconsin at 38. 12 minutes left in the period.
Ooh, nice little hop there by Anarchist. Been a minute since we saw Anarchist jamming. Gets a little bit too much speed there, and I'm sure that this floor is got some condensation on it, so it's a little slippery there. You've got to dig in, grip in there. That's when you visit Coco, because you need grippier wheels, because the temperature in this place has changed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Coco's got them. It was great walking by and seeing skaters just grabbing stuff, like throwing them on their stuff. It was cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, it's a sight to see, because you don't get to see that as much in just some regular sanction games. Like a lot of times the vendors out here are the teams, the leagues, and like that kind of stuff, just kind of stuff. Coco does come out. Coco's been a big sponsor. Next Level Skates, that is, has been a big sponsor for us, and it's cool to see them out here when they're vending.
Yeah.
Oh, and Headhunter out for blood now.
Headhunter should be point hunter, because they're always hunting for those points, and they're taking home that trophy.
Oh yeah. 4
at a time. That was the corniest thing I think I might have said in quite some time.
Well, I'm glad to be here with you on that.
Hey.
I'll remember that. I'll walk out of here with covering my face.
Like, oh, geez.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm the corny one here.
I think we're pretty equal levels of corny. That's why, again, we work so well together.
That's right.
Mama in a defensive role here, trying to, just the thought of being hit by Flutterbat takes Boney Hawk off of their skates. It was just the motion of, I'm gonna try to get around you, but you came at me in the air, and my skates said, nope, I should just be on the ground.
It's a bit scurry.
Yeah.
It's a bit scurry.
That was magic. Yeah. That literally was like, you fall.
Yeah. You fall. Now you fall. And then you fall.
Ministry of Silly Falls.
Ministry of Silly Falls.
Ooh, Headhunter running right into Serenity.
That's right. Serenity trying to hold off Headhunter. But both kind of slipped around and got out. Boney Hawk.
4 for 4.
Yeah.
4 all. Nice job by Boney Hawk. Boney Hawk definitely, as this game progresses, is getting comfortable in that jamming role.
Yeah.
Is getting that experience. I don't know what their actual experience level is, but we do know that Wisconsin was on hiatus. This is their first games back after the Great Quar, and these games this weekend will get them back active in MRDA and get them in the rankings.
Yeah.
So
it's good to have them back.
it is.
All right, Detroit grabbing a nice dozen points there. Currently at 277, Detroit. Wisconsin grabbing several points there, bringing them up to 45 points. About 9 minutes left in this period as we head into the 15th jam. All right, and we are starting it. Mexican Takeout wearing the star here, being pushed back for Detroit. Astronauti wearing the star for Wisconsin. Good to have him back in.
Yeah, good to see Astronauti back out on the track. Oh, and look at that foot race.
That was a foot race.
Mexican Takeout takes the lead, but doesn't like how close Naughty is and goes ahead and calls it off.
Yeah.
Nice control there by Detroit.
And no points for either team, but that was okay because Astronauti really gave Mexican Takeout a bit of a run for the money. So both teams still sitting at Detroit sitting at 277 and Wisconsin at 45.
Change in jammer again. We've got Tommy Knocker for the first time.
Oh yeah.
With the star. Familiar though, we're also familiar with Slamwise Gamgee. I love Slamwise.
Love Slamwise.
I first became familiar with Slamwise at Summer Affair, and then in the preceding season, Detroit has come to Cleveland a handful of times, and just now I know to look for Slamwise.
Yeah. Slamwise is always a pleasure to see. Detroit is always a pleasure to see out here in Cleveland Heights.
Oh, and nice offense by Booty Vicious. Just slides all of Wisconsin to the outside and gives that clear path to Slamwise, so Slamwise can get the 4 points and call it off.
Yeah. 4 points awarded to Detroit, bringing them up to 281. Wisconsin sitting at 45 as we have 7 minutes left in this period.
Oh, it's a jammer dance party. Party, party.
Love a jammer dance party. This looks like Mama and Headhunter.
Yeah, that was so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, Mama. Just running up there. I heard, yes, Mama.
Yeah.
Yes, Mama. Yes, Mama.
Yes.
I love when I hear the third base coaches. You get gems from the third base coaches.
Yeah, we haven't had a third base coach for most of this game. They just showed up now.
I guess
Love
so.
It.
Well, they might have been on the other side for Wisconsin. I don't know that we had anyone over here for Detroit, though.
No.
Oh, Headhunter looking back. It's like, hey, Mama, you want to party? Let's dance again.
Let's dance, Mama.
Let's dance for points.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, Mama.
Oh.
Mama out on that outside. It gets taken out by Mexican Takeout. Mexican Takeout actually went down, but Violent Tendencies was still in play, was the furthest most blocker, and Mama had to follow that rule and draw back. Yeah, eat, chip, and die. Total back block there. I saw it. I was waiting. Just go to the box, looked at it, and went, you know what you did.
Yeah.
And Chip went,
yeah. Yeah.
That might be one of my favorite penalty exchanges that I've ever seen.
Yeah. I love a good the refs doing the you know what happened, and then
It
they're
really
kind of
was. It just was like,
yeah.
and Chip went, yeah. Wow. And I just realized I laughed like my mother there. Ooh, chaotic. Your lead jammer for Detroit. Black Magic trying to stay inbounds, gets the drawback to turn one by Booty Vicious. Oh, nice footwork by Black Magic, but gets stopped by Flutterbat. Black Magic is motivated, is fueled, does everything to get out of that pack, complete the initial. I'm rooting for Black Magic.
Yeah.
I really want to see Black Magic get some points here. But Chaotic heard me, and Chaotic called it off.
No. Chaotic's like, no.
No.
Pinky, what do you want? No.
No, you can't have it. And, just so everybody knows, we are broadcast only. We are not putting this out into the house, so they do not hear us.
Yes.
Often I am in a scenario where we are in a duality where the broadcast, the live stream, and the in-house are one and the same. So, we adjust the announcing just, a little bit.
Tad,
so, and that's when we put ourselves on the, 10-second delay. We have to wait for the action to happen before we speak about it. So
give ourselves a little bit of time in there.
Yep.
And we got a team timeout currently. Detroit's sitting at 298, just shy of 2 points to hit 3. And Wisconsin at 49, just less than 5 minutes left in this period here as we head into the 19th jam.
Hey, and I'm just going to put this out there for all of those on the stream. Team applications are officially live for Men's Roller Derby World Cup.
Ooh.
It is going to be in May in Orleans, France. So if you get your applications in for your country's team, and can't wait to see all of that. That's going to be amazing. I can't wait to experience a World Cup.
Yeah. All those teams and stuff like that would be great.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and we are back into it as Astronauts wearing the star for Wisconsin. Headhunter is going to be in there too.
Oh, Naughty, just so close, so close. Oh, Mexican takeout. Yeah, ugh, you got the Mexican takeout right there.
Yeah.
But Astronauts,
Oh,
hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air.
Wow.
Lead jammer
Yeah.
for Astronauts.
There we go.
This is the first lead jam going to a Wisconsin United skater. Astronauts picks up those 4 points and calls it off.
Grabbing 4 points there. Detroit just one shy of 300. As the clock runs down 3 minutes here.
Wow, that must feel freaking fantastic to have played this level of roller derby first time back on the MRDA stage and to pick up the first lead jammer status in the second half of the game.
Yeah.
Slamwise Kemji being sent to the penalty box.
That gives Boney Hawks a chance to grab some points without Detroit getting any points here.
And this actually puts Boney in position to also get lead.
Boney's got to go for the gauntlet. That is Detroit right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's violent tendencies, flutter, bat, and booty vicious. But Apple being the hero, getting in there, following up by Dr. Roblotnik, providing the offense to help Boney. So much happening, so much happening.
Everybody's moving around. Everybody's moving around.
Slamwise back out on the track, but Boney is still in contention for lead.
Yeah.
No pass, no penalty.
Nope.
Yeah, you can only get lead out of the penalty box if you started in the penalty box.
I see. Oh.
Oh, it's Apple gone down.
Just like Newton.
Apple confirming the theory of gravity. Now, Boney completing a star pass, so no lead can be established at this point. We will go to the expiration of this jam clock.
And we got Dr. Roblotnik wearing the star for Wisconsin.
You know, Cresters and Brummies also have a Dr. Roblotnik.
Really?
I think at some point, Wisconsin needs to play the Brummies, and there needs to be a jersey swap.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Boney, Hawk looked like they were signaling a penalty, but puts Boney back on the track. Roblotnik still fighting to the last second of the whistle. That's 12 points for Slamwise. Taking Detroit to 311.
That's right.
Everyone's going down.
Yeah. Or amber is the color of your energy. If it stays this, I hope this is the music they put some 311 music for the Instagram right there. Which it won't, sadly.
Nope, because Anarchist is fire. And it's Black Magic!
Yeah!
Black Magic has fought so hard, picks up lead. Let's go, Black Magic. Get some points there on the board. Black Magic going to the outside is met by Mexican takeout and drawn back by Chaotic. But Black Magic, completely in control, calls off that jam. Black Magic is able to pick up 2 points. This is Black Magic's first set of points in this game. Nice job.
Love it.
I love these little, little hit points for everybody. And look at that. You were correct.
I was correct.
You called it. You manifested it. No points for Detroit. Static at 311.
Love it.
Unofficial score. We're going to wait for our refs to check in with their scorekeepers. We'll hear that rolling whistle, and then we will have the official determination that Detroit Riot has won this bout.
Yes.
311 to 55. Such a great showing. First time back on the track from Wisconsin United Roller Derby. They will be back at Game 5, our 7 o'clock-ish game. It's definitely going to be later than that,
Yeah.
but they're going to take on our home team, Cleveland Guardians. Can't wait to see that. I am Pinky Donchadero.
I'm the Honey Bear.
Honey Bear and I are going to consult our rosters, and we're going to make some decisions about MVPs. Have a good one.
Take it easy.
Bye.